Welcome back everyone, I'm Plays Games and this is part 4 of our EVE Online Let's Play and part 2 of the Military Career Agent. In the last episode we got a new ship, we got some better weapons, we did some skill training working towards cruisers, we did some missions, killed quite a few things, and I left you whilst I was going for a new skill book. So let's jump back in and pick up where we left off. Okay, we're back. I have gone shopping, I've injected the skill and I've set it to training. As we can see, this unlocks the 4 Tech 1 Amar cruisers. Can't wait to get into them. Let's have a quick look at them. These provide bonuses to medium energy turrets. Now we're currently using small energy turrets, so we might need to train more skills to unlock medium energy turrets, because there's not much point putting little guns on bigger ships. Take a quick look. And tell me you don't want one of these. We're looking gunnery. Medium energy. Yes, something else we don't have trained just yet. Show info. The requirements we need are Gunnery 3, which we have, Gunnery 1, obviously, which we have, and Small Energy Turret 3, so we better rack up skill levels 2 and 3 of Small Energy Turret. Find my skills, here they are. Let's just nestle them in just below the repair systems. As well as unlocking medium energy turret, this will also give us an extra 5% damage to our small turrets per level, so it's a good thing to do quite early on as well. And because we have now added the prerequisite skills to the training queue, medium energy turret now appears in the have prerequisites for filter, so it's easier to locate. View market details. Okay, do we have enough money? Yes we do. Right, let's buy that. Thank you. And inject it. And here it is. Now there's no point training that until we've done Cruiser 1, because you won't be able to fit medium turrets on our little small ships. So we'll drag it and add it on after Cruiser 1. So almost right after we open cruisers, we'll get medium weapons for them. Excellent. Right, that's enough of that. Let's get back to what we were doing. Kill all the pirates. He is granting us a small armor repairer 1. Don't care, because we have something that's better than that already looted. And a lot more money. Let's accept. It will let us fit it to the ship, but it will not let us turn it on, because we don't have the skills yet. And since we're only 4 minutes and 15 seconds away, I think we'll just sit here until it's done. Excellent. Our skill training is completed, so we can now turn this on. As you may have noticed, when we turned it on, these 2 indicators moved a little bit. These are your fitting constraints, as well as the number of slots. You have a limited amount of CPU and power grid. Yeah, turned it on, it ate up a bit more power grid and a bit more CPU. Fitting ships is an art form, it's all about balancing everything. Your speed, your defense, your offense, and your power grid and your CPU. Right, let's simulate, see what our capacitor is at now. 39 seconds is not great. Let's turn the afterburner off. Okay, so we know that this armor repairer uses a lot of capacitor. With just the guns and the repair module running, our capacitor only lasts 1 minute 25 seconds, so we don't want to have this running all the time, just when we need to. These warnings here. Yes, as with Amar, it's querying why we have a shield hardener when we are on predominantly armor tanking race. And again, it's saying you have both shield and armor modules. What are you doing, man? but it's okay. The more eagle-eyed among you may have noticed I changed some of the neocom stuff during that 5-minute wait. This is things we will need for later missions, and I've rearranged some things so they're easier to click. Okay, we have a mission active, so let's undock and get on with it. Warp to location. On the way there, we can turn our armor repairer on. Watch how much it repairs. Oh, all of it. Lovely. Turn it back off. What you can do to preserve Capacitor, you can right click and set auto repeat off. And this means every time you click on it, it will do one cycle and then shut down again. But at times when you actually want it to run all the time, you might have to turn that back on. And bounce off the scenery. This is another reason why orbiting is not always good, because it just picks a random plane to orbit the target. If you're hitting scenery, you're not doing any good. You know, these red and green dots in the background, they're becoming really distracting. Get rid of them, hover over this coloured wheel, and turn the sensor overlay off. And off they go. There we are, you can see what we're doing now. Oh, combat drone. Excellent. We will be discussing combat drones at a later time. Even though we're a Mar, every race does have ships that can use drones. Just to Galenti and get huge bonuses to them. The bad guys we're fighting predominantly deal out EM and thermal damage types, so there's no harm in keeping our shield EM resistance up, because it means it will take them longer to burn through our shield, which means we won't have to activate the armor repairer quite so soon. 2 combat drones, outstanding. MicroWarpDrive. Right, let's talk about that when we get back to base. Select all, bag it out. Stack. Yeah, let's simulate. Take this off. Drag our MicroWarpDrive on. As I said before, you can only have one kind of propulsion module on at one time. MicroWarpDrives go significantly faster than Afterburners. The Afterburner takes us to 983. The MicroWarpDrive takes us to 2717. MicroWarpDrives have the drawback of reducing your total capacitor. You turn it off. Right, let's turn everything off. See the difference that makes? Just having it fitted has reduced our total capacitor pool. And they use a lot per cycle as well. So I think the Afterburner is probably fast enough for what we need to be doing. Exit simulation, thank you. MicroWarpDrives come in extremely useful in certain circumstances. And then this mission, complete. Thank you very much. Request mission. Lie to the agent. Retrieve the VIPs. Set. And close. Undock. Right click. Lock target on the pleasure hub. Get into range and open fire. More area of effect damage. Right. Let's stop shooting at that, because it's not shooting at us. Let's instead kill the bad guys. Let's pulse this. As you'll see, it'll do 1 rep and then turn off, saving us some capacitor. Do it again. and again. It is more micromanagement this way, but it stops your capacitor from running dry. I think we're going to have to orbit these guys, we're taking quite a lot of damage. Again, because we're going too fast, we're not able to maintain as tight an orbit, so we're barely hitting him. The capacitor's slowly being eaten away because we're having to repair quite a lot. But we have the shield and the sensor booster turned off, so that's saving it a bit. Tiny sliver of armor left to repair. Now this is an excellent find. Really excellent. Oh, luck of the gods. Loot is randomly generated on loot tables. That module that I said was excellent doesn't always appear in this mission, that was just lucky. In the same way that we very luckily looted quite a decent armor repairer in a previous one. Tourists. Ugh. Well, let's go and rescue these poor souls. Okay, drag this out here, stack all. Let's talk about the capacitor battery. Now this occupies a mid-power slot, but it adds a great deal of total capacitor. Let's try removing the shield and adding the battery in. We've gone from 51 seconds of capacitor to 1 minute 42. Let's simulate. Turn the afterburner off. 2 minutes 56. Turn the sensor booster off. Yeah, now we've gone up to 5 minutes 47 seconds of constant armor and guns firing, which is much better than it was before. Now we don't have the warnings, don't have any shield. Hey, this is looking really good now. Let's hand in the mission. Complete. And request mission. Destroy the narcotics warehouse. Get restrictions. Yes, we may use our executioner or pretty much anything else. And we're being rewarded with a stasis web of fire. What we were rewarded with were overdrive injectors. Overdrive injectors increase the base speed of your ship. And they occupy low slots, and we have 2 empty low slots. Drag them into place. You see the power grid and CPU barely moved. If you show information on them and click on the fitting tab, they don't actually use any power grid or CPU, they just take up a low slot. Simulate. See what difference they made. Turn them off. As we know, our maximum speed with just the afterburner was 983. With both overdrives on, it's 1185. Okay, let's undock. You can tell by the ghosts, some ships have a great many slots, and micromanaging active modules on all of them becomes quite the task. The yellow flashing box means that they have us target locked, and the red means that they're actively firing upon us. When you have longer range weapons or fit longer range ammo, it is possible to keep the enemy at arm's length so you can hit them and they can only yellow box you. This is great for mitigating damage. Clearing up and grabbing loot in missions becomes quite a tedious task, but there are ways around that which we'll get to later on. Armor plating, okay, something else to explain. Armor plating adds raw hit points to your armor total. It doesn't add any repair facility, it just means that you have more armor hit points for the enemy to chew through. You see here the bounty payment on them. These are paid out automatically every 15 to 20 minutes. You don't have to collect them. This guy's only worth 3,000. This guy's also worth 3,000. And this guy's also worth 3,000. You can drag and drop to reorganize your targets if you wish. You can also drag them to form separate columns. For instance, if you were a healer ship, you could keep your friendly targets here so you know which ones need healing, and the hostiles up here so you know which ones need killing. This out of the way. This tiny little icon here is the target anchor. You can click and drag this to move the targets around the screen. Or you can right click it and you can arrange them vertically if you so wish. I'm traditional, so I quite like it horizontal. To unlock something, you just click unlock, or you hold Control Shift and left click, so let's just unlock them. We don't need to lock them to loot them. Our cargo hold has a little blue line which slowly fills up, so at a glance you can tell how full your cargo is. Cargo container with some drugs. Okay, mission complete. Let's dock.
Warp drive active.
Complete the mission. Okay, on to the final mission of the chain. Okay, we're actually having to go to a different star system to do this mission. And we're getting another new ship when we accept the mission. Okay. We're restricted to this and all these, that's good. Let's accept. Right, let's investigate this new ship. Let's assemble it. Go info. Now let's compare it to our current ship. To do this, hold shift when you select show info and you'll open up a separate window. Resize them so we can see what we're doing. Okay, our current ship gives us a bonus to small energy turret activation costs, which reduces cap use, and more damage, and propulsion jamming. And the new ship gives us 10% reduction in activation costs, which is the same, but 4% bonus to all armor resistances. So this one is more resilient than our current ship. So we have this ship, which is faster, or this ship which is more resilient but does more damage. I think we'll transfer it to the new one, so let's right click, strip the fitting from this ship, and then drag the new one to activate it. Clear the UI for a nice look, and it's much more shiny and golden. Okay, let's open fitting and fit it. Okay, we want all our beam lasers back on with their ammunition and our afterburner. Now we have to choose, we only have one slot left, and I think that the cap battery is the better choice for us. And we'll take our armor repairer. Simulate. See, the ship is a little bit slower than the last one, so adding the overdrives is probably a good idea. Now what else do we have that occupies a low slot? Well, a second armor repairer. That will chew Capacitor up like nobody's business. I don't think we need that. Okay, so let's simulate, have a look at where it is. Okay. This ship obviously has a larger capacitor reservoir. This is excellent. See, with all 3 guns and the armor repairer running, the capacitor is able to regenerate at the same rate of depletion, so we can constantly repair our armor. Their resistances are pretty solid. Most of the enemies we'll be encountering fire EM and thermal, so we have fairly good resistances to that. So this ship can take quite a bit of a beating. So let's right click, set destination to where we need to go, and let's get going. And yes, I did realise that this ship has 4 turret slots and we only fitted 3 weapons. It's because I didn't want to mix weapons and I didn't want to waste time buying a new one. Okay, we're at the mission system. The button for warping to location hasn't shown up, so right click in space, select agent missions, encounter, warp to location. Right click the armor repairer, set auto repeat on because we know our capacitor can handle it running all the time. You can do the same with your Afterburner or your guns, if for some reason you only wanted to fire 1 cycle of guns each time you pressed F1. Whilst we're doing this, I'm going to extend the amount of time it takes for this radio menu to pop up. Because sometimes when you're just clicking on things at space, it can just confuse things. To do that, escape, general settings, radio menu delay, whack it right up. You see we have to hold down left click for quite a while for the radio menu to appear now. Only 2 too late, this shouldn't take too long. Yes, of course we hit that bit of scenery. Let's double click to manually pilot our way around it. Pro level skills. This is a remote armor repairer. This repairs the armor on friendly ships. Okay, no more acceleration gates. That means we've found the final rune. Right. When you see a stasis tower, the first thing you do is kill it because it slows you down, makes you an easier target. You see, we're caught in the web bubble. And some of the bad guys are also firing weapon disruptors, which lower our tracking. We're just gonna have to be brave and absorb all the damage these guys are doing until we kill this web. Otherwise, we're just a sitting target. Low shield warning. Okay, now we can turn on our armor repairer. We know from our experimenting station that with just the guns and the armor repairer running, the capacitor will stay at this level and will constantly repair our armor. So now we only have to worry if our armor actually starts getting eaten away faster than this module can repair it. Now this isn't a ship, this is just an escape capsule. He can't shoot at us, he can't do anything. He will die extremely quickly. Boom, done. Set destination back to where we came from. Grab this final bit of loot out of this final wreck and then go home. Okay, we're back. Let's see. Complete mission. And that is the end of the military career agent. A little bit more housekeeping before we go. Let's right click, select all. Right click again to repackage, to flat pack everything and let them be stackable. And stack all just to keep our inventory nice and clean. As we see here in the wallet, these are the bounty prizes that are paid out every few minutes. Mouse over, it tells you where the money came from. There's all the money the agent gave us. The taxes is paid to the NPC corporation. You can mitigate that a little bit by forming your own corporation or joining a player corp, but I won't bother. We're earning enough. Skill queue is mostly full. We can add something else to it. Go for a Mar Cruiser 2. Okay, we're over 1 day. Alpha clones can only queue up 24 hours worth of skills, and that's what we've done. We won't make the same mistake we made in the last episode again. Right, so we started this episode in a rookie ship. We then got an Executioner, which is a fast combat ship. And we've ended up in a Punisher, which is a heavy duty combat ship. Well, as heavy duty as frigates go. We know we can fit one more turret, and we have 2 extra low slots to fit. So let's do that now. Show info on the turret. View market details. One for sale here. Buy it. Buy now. Let's find it here. Drag it into place. There, still got lots of power grid and CPU. Now we will have to buy ammo for it as well, so show info. View market details. There's one for sale in this station. Almost made an error there. We had it set highest price first. Right, buy this. 1, yes, we only need 1, thank you. Drag it into place. Okay, offense 46. Now, to fill the 2 low slots, there are many things we can fill low slots with. Let's go to the simulator and find out. Click this to open up this, and click hardware and filter for low slot. What I would like to find are capacitors. As you can see, just adding one of these things will make our capacitor stable. This one seems to be the cheapest according to the estimated price, so we'll right click, view market details. At 49,000 we can afford that. Let's buy that. And visit to our active ship. Can't fit it. We need energy grid upgrades too. Okay, let's add that to the queue. Energy grid upgrades. Just put it here. We know that when we have that skill trained, we will go capacitor stable with everything running. Now this final low power slot, and I think we'll do is we'll put a weapon upgrade here. Each of these affects different types of weapons. The ones that affect lasers are heat sinks. So info, we have the requirements for a heat sink. See, when we fit this, we'll go from 46 to 54.9 DPS. So let's buy one of these. Ooh, 70. That's quite a lot. Let's have a look at this version. Yeah, that's much cheaper. Let's have that. To active ship. Okay, so in a couple of hours we'll be able to online this and our capacitor will go stable. Now we've still got some power grid and CPU headroom, so we can probably do without one of the injectors. And we can get another heatsink. Now we go from 53 to 61. We've still got headroom. That probably means we can fit slightly better weapons. Let's investigate that as well. Turrets. High slot this time. Energy turrets, because we're MR. Beam lasers. Small. Now we have at the minute dual light beam laser 1. This one. So I think small focus beam lasers would be better. Let's see. The light beam laser 1. Open the info. Let's compare the attributes. The most important one we need to find is the damage modifier. Okay, the turrets we have increase the damage of the ammunition by 3. And the focus ones are 4.5, so these are significantly better. Let's look into buying 4 of these. View market details. Delete 1, type in 4. There, it's only going to cost us 154,000, so let's do that. Exit the simulation. Remove the guns we have. This is just letting us know that we're destroying the group, which is fine. Yes, and unfit. Drag and drop all our new ones in. Yeah, good, we had plenty of power. And our DPS is now 73. Still isn't fantastic, but it's much better than where we started. As you can see, the capacitor is not stable with these, because these also have a higher activation cost. As we discussed, different MR ammunition does different range and different damage, but it also does different capacitor use. You can play around. Multi-frequency is the most damage and the most capacitor use. And we can just drag around, play around with different ammo types. You know, it's stable with X-ray doing 61 damage. Stable with Gamma doing 54. Gamma 67, stable. Okay, so I think Gamma is best for us. It gives us slightly less damage than multi-frequency, but slightly more range and better capacitor use. After we have the skill for this module trained, the ship will be fully cap stable with everything running. So let's buy 4 Gammas. Here, exactly 4 are available in this station. That is very fortuitous. Simulation. Remove the ammo. And drag that in. In the next episode, I think we will do something different. We have been blowing things up for 2 entire episodes now, and I think we'll do the industry career path and start building things instead of blowing them up. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you did not, please leave a dislike. Tell me about it in the comments down below, and subscribe so you don't miss out on the rest of the career agents. Take care, see you soon.